So, Krista, we were just talking about the political system
Yeah.
in the UK, and I was interested in getting your views on what you think about the political system and politicians as a whole.
Okay. I kind of feel like I've got a sort of two levels of politics. The one level is how I act in daily life and what I try to, organise in terms of collective working and things like that. It's a sort of informal political lifestyle, which is where my real beliefs lie. But I don't see them as a set of. Currently I don't see them as a set of beliefs that marry well with the political system. So when it comes to politics on a societal level, when we're talking about how you try and look after collectively 60 million people or whatever, then I feel really fatalistic about this system being kind of the only one that can manage that level of people. And I feel like corruption, there'll always be some corruption. The media always sort of pick on stories. I mean, I was as disappointed as the next person when it came to the Spencer scandal, but I feel like the media plays such a huge part in the way politicians are perceived, that it's a sort of almost impossible job, and politicians are always going to be hugely unpopular, and egomaniacs, and the people that get into politics tend to be the people that are most interested in personal power. So I feel like I'm going to probably vote Labour, because they're the ones who historically have looked after on a utilitarian level, they've looked after the interests of the people more than the Tories.
Taking on board the point that politics as a whole is a very different process of governing 60 million, do you think it would not be easier to have a local man representing the constituency who has been living in the community for the past 1 years and who can more effectively sort of encapsulate the views of the whole electorate, rather than someone who's just been brought in from London, say?
Well, I've always been a bit confused by the idea of this, of local representation, and then the sort of large scale decision making. It would make sense to me to have your local sort of needs voiced by a representative. That always makes sense, rather than having, say, a sort of celebrity politician fighting your corner, who doesn't really know. I mean, but again, that kind of comes back to this two-level thing in a way I feel like I can create the politics that I need outside of the political system. That's where I feel most comfortable doing it.
Do you think that an independent candidate who is completely self-funded and has no ties to any parties, do you think he would be more able to govern over, say, the Labour Party or the Conservative Party?
He probably would have less. He'd probably be able to speak more freely, because he's not tied to a party line, which is sort of making him toe the line, basically. So that would be refreshing, because you do sense that politicians don't actually have a real opportunity to express their genuine feelings. They're just being mouthpieces for a sort of a general mandate that's come from the party headquarters.
So just finally, could you see the advantages in voting independent and voting for Stephen Ford?
Yeah, I could. Well, I could certainly see the advantages. I don't know what his politics are yet, so I'd have to see. But I'm also sceptical about. Well, I'm not sceptical. I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded about how much influence any individual can have on the mainstream political system.
Okay, thank you very much.